This is Christina Cassidy, and this is my communications presentation. I decided to do how to do Punchneedle. Punchneedle is an ancient craft. There is evidence that it was started by the ancient Egyptians. They basically used hollowed out bird bones, and I'm not sure of the fiber that they used to. The Russians used it on ecclesiastical embroideries, which is basically embroideries for the church. Interestingly enough, for the Russians, it was also mainly a man's hobby, much like knitting was in the Irish, for the Irish fishermen back in the day. You use several, basically you're using something called weaver's cloth. And the whole concept is you get the design onto the weaver's cloth. You do this several ways. For instance, this one was traced using a light box. Basically, it is you put the design down on your light source. You can also use a window. You put the fabric on top, you trace through it. This one here was an iron-on. Iron it right on the fabric. This was one that was purchased that it came with already pre-printed fabric. So basically, you get something like this. Now, Punchneedle is done from the wrong side. So what you see is not what you, it starts out and it's very flat on this side. This is actually going to be a mermaid. But on the right side, looks kind of like a carpet. See, I don't know if you can get the right angle, but you can see that there's little raised loops. Hard to do really fine detail with it, but it does make really cool things at the end. Go. Okay. Now, the really tricky part with the Punchneedle, this is the tool you use, is threading the needle. You use a contraption like this that goes down through the tip of the needle. It's hollow, and you draw the thread through. Then you have to insert this through the back of the needle, which is the flat side, and you pull the thread through there. So it's a two-step process in that way. Now, you follow your pattern, and what you're going to do is you're going to insert, and then you're barely going to come up out of the fabric and go back down. And you keep repeating this until you have your continuous line. And it's okay if you mess up, because you can pull it all out, kind of rub the fabric back together, readjust the threads, and start it all again. And as you can see, it's making little flat little stitches. And yet, if we turn it over, you can see loops. And when it's time to end that color, for instance, you hold it down, you pull up, and you simply trim to the edge. Trim off any of the there, and that's how you Punchneedle. This was a finished piece. As you can see from the edge, it looks like a little small carpet. And that's my presentation.